And welcome to the We Are Birmingham podcast. I'm Chris Golding.
I'm Matthew Elliott.
And as ever, you can tell by the intro chopping up that we're once again joined by the vegan. Welcome back, Dave.
I'll play back a decent intro when you reduce the file size, Chris. That's what I'm saying.
It worked perfectly well last week.
It was fine last week, actually.
The funny thing is, we tested it before we'd gone live tonight, and it worked. So, don't know.
You got a week. You got a week to fix the file size.
You've got a week to sort your shit out. Well, I'm just going to keep passing blame.
Standard.
Yeah. And you'll do the same. So how are we doing, fellas? You okay?
Surviving.
Tired?
Always tired. Forever tired.
Dave, did you have a good week off?
Yeah. Sounds like I missed a smoothly running WAB.
It was terrible, mate. I was absolutely all over the place, and I really missed you.
I was fine.
You were fine.
You were fine.
You were fine because you didn't have any power buttons or anything.
I don't do anything.
Come on, talk for a little bit.
I don't have this sort of technology over here, so it has to be dealt with by you guys.
Yeah, we still have you on a tin can with strings, don't we? In Northern Ireland. I was out at Independent Venue Week, so was out 6 nights out of 7 watching independent music, as you both should have been as well.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore.
Do you not like music?
I love it. I love live music. I'm just too old for it, and a 3-year-old won't allow me.
I mean,
What? What?
They do get in the way occasionally.
Yeah.
Sure.
Work schedules and live schedules and whatever else. What have you been up to, Cheer? Anything other than work or work?
Mostly work.
Came over to England
Small
briefly.
children. Yeah. 27 hour.
Drove past you in the car park and messaged you to say, I've just driven past you.
Yeah.
That was the only time I saw you outside.
Yeah.
Fucking
We
Mega Bowl or
literally
whatever it
just
is.
got out of taxis, and then we're walking over to the stadium. So and I had a good day with my dad and clients from his and his managing directors
and plenty of other Blues fans that were in there.
Yeah, there was quite a few other Blues fans.
So for those that don't know, explain what
I was in
where you
corporate
were.
hospitality, and I wasn't. Or say, even though they kind of advised that it should only be home fans only. But even when we were in the lounge bit having food and drinks, Ron Atkinson rocked up, and a couple of other players had rocked up, and there was an Oxford player. I think his name's Les Phillips. He played for Blues and for Oxford. They obviously knew there was multiple Birmingham fans in there, and they addressed both sets of fans as well. So
Was Ron Atkinson not being cancelled in Oxford then?
no, he's still a big star there, clearly. But he did at one point claim that he was. He said something about that he always thought that he was Birmingham's best manager, and I didn't really understand it at the time, but I'm sure it had a reason behind it. But
So come on, what about the hospitality? What about the food? What were you served?
Food was
What do you
great
rate it?
actually. There was they had like a steak with like a dauphinoise potato and carrot, but the steak was fantastic. It's really, really good, and it's like a banoffee cheesecake. So I'm sure people aren't listening to the podcast for this, but it was really, really good. It's a limited array of drinks, but it didn't really matter.
The curry pie that was in with the away fans was shit. So there you go. You got the better of the food.
Yeah.
Well, again, it doesn't sound like you need drinks when you've got unlimited banoffee pie, Matthew.
So I did end up eating 2 because one person didn't have theirs. So, but as you know me,
So if you were in Oxford hospitality and didn't get a dessert,
it was given to me because they weren't
Given to
to me. But it was really good. There was a fair few Blues fans around us, and Nick Lynn was just down the same row as me, and I think he had trouble containing himself for the first goal. We both sat down very quickly.
Banoffee pie everywhere.
Yeah. We had the Blues analytics team were just behind us, like directly behind us, and then some of the TV cameras and microphones, as you may have picked up, Chris, were not far from me as well.
Go on.
But there was a
Did we hear you on Blues TV or something?
No, on the EFL thing.
on the
wasn't it?
actual commentary, you can actually hear me shout, "Go on!"
Something about football rather than Banoffee pie.
So throughout the game, no one said anything to me or any of us on the row. When the 2 goals we scored, but I think people turned around, had a look, and then
Scowling.
you remember when John Solis went down with cramp, and then he stood back up and he fell back down again. I burst out laughing, and that apparently was the final straw for one Oxford's fan who turned around and started giving me loads. Well, actually, he turned around and started giving someone else shit, and then he realised it was actually me that was laughing and not someone else. So I said, no, it was me. He said, oh, you found that funny, did you? I said, yeah, I did actually. He says, you should be over there. I said, well, I'm here. And he kept shouting at me. I just kept putting my thumbs up and smiling at him. He said, you should be over here. But
So what
You shouldn't be over here, as in you shouldn't be in England. You should be in Northern Ireland.
Get back to
Coming
your
over
own
here.
country.
Coming over here, taking our corporate hospitality boxes.
I half expected him to be
and our
waiting
banoffee
outside
pies.
for me
Yeah.
afterwards, and he wasn't. He scarpered off pretty quickly. Apparently, there was a complaint made, but the hospitality guys said that you guys were absolutely fine. There was no problems, nothing to worry about.
You're not planning
Ultimately,
on going back anytime
know-
soon anyway, are you?
they can't afford not to have away fans taking up hospitality. They need that money in the club, so they can't afford to really turn people away. So they know it happened to turn a blind
Fucking
eye.
won't
to
turn
it,
you
but-
away if you turn up and eat 2 Banoffee pies.
I'll tell you
But it
what,
was a great day. I had a really good day with my dad and his
the
obviously his
result was
associates, and the result was obviously good. It always
The one
caps it
thing-
off. So
One thing we want to know, anyone that knows Matthew and knows him from any part of St Andrews will know that you're obsessed with thinking there's wankers behind you.
we weren't the only people behind you at our Blues staff.
effectively, it was the hospitality
No, no,
team
no.
that are on the thing behind us, and then there was
So were they better than your experiences around St Andrews?
absolutely yes, yeah. And the analytics team were up there as well. So
The only game that you didn't have a dickhead sat behind you was Oxford away.
yeah,
He was sat in
So
front of you and he called
maybe-
you out for laughing.
maybe I
You
need
were
to
the
go to the
dickhead.
Oxford away
You were the
game.
dickhead at Oxford away.
It was me, yeah. Although
Found that funny, did you?
I found it hilarious to be actually. I thought it cracked me up.
Before we get onto the football, Dave, there's a comment from Jack Styles. Can we get it up there quickly, please? Because I think that needs to be read while we're on about banoffee pies.
Got a lot of time.
Oh,
for
put the
Jack,
pressure
so
on
what's
it.
got to say?
So there we go. So for anyone that isn't watching, I've been dragged to Bristol Rovers hospitality for a stag do on Saturday. I'll bring back Banoffee pie review. Well, there we go. This is what you've launched now, Matthew.
Bring us back a banoffee pie as well. if you
Yeah.
can. Cheers, Jack. Right then, should we get onto the game?
Yes.
What were your thoughts?
I thought it was a professional performance. I was really just we did what we don't normally do, and we sort of rode out the first 10 minutes where we let the opposition come on us. Okay. Hey, go on to us. Chris has lost it. I should be more careful with what I say, shouldn't I?
9 minutes 45, Chris. That is the clip for this week. Thank you, Matthew.
So we managed to ride that out, didn't we? No, I'm carrying on. And we ground out a pretty good performance. I thought in the end it was professional. Good performances all round, pretty much. You're right there, Chris.
Oh, sorry. Oh, right. Composure. We're going. Yeah. I was really impressed with this. I'm not going to lie. I thought that there were still moans going around the supporters about the sideways and backwards passes, but and there have been times that we've spoken about it, that it's possession for possession's sake, and it absolutely wasn't that on Saturday. It was retain possession, try and work it out wide, try and work those balls through to the wingers. And essentially, the whole point of the sideways passes was to create space so that we could break through. And it worked a treat. I thought the amount of times that we looked dangerous throughout the game, it worked. So, yes, there were a lot of sideways and backwards passes, but they were with purpose. We played with a purpose. So, it's the only thing that I'd say is it's Oxford. There's still a lot to do, and we're going to have bigger tests. But like, I thought that it was probably one of our most professional performances of the season. The performance that we'd had, we controlled possession for a large part of the game. The only thing that I'd say is that we probably should have had a bit more in front of goal. Should have been a bit more dangerous in front of goal. And that opening 10 minutes that you mentioned, we need to figure out a way of getting a foothold in the game earlier on, where we're not looking at sixes and sevens. Because if they'd have scored in that opening time, then we're chasing the game and it's a different game.
They had a couple of half chances in those opening minutes, didn't they?
Yep.
But ultimately, like, if you can ride that out, then I think that the hardest part is, just if you're not conceding a goal in that time, it doesn't really matter. But as long as we're still trying to play football on the front foot, if you will, and just soak up that little bit of pressure, because it's always going to happen away from home. It's going to happen at home as well, to be honest. But I mean, you're right. And on the other note of probably doing a little bit more in front of goal, because I think apart from the actual goal that we scored, the only other chance on target I think we had was Priska, which was right towards the very end, because obviously the first goal came from
deflection.
It was an own goal, wasn't it? So then we had a number of shots that were off target as well. But it was a good performance, I thought. Solis and Peck played really, really well. Actually, on the note of Peck, it's quite funny actually. So, well, not funny, but the guys that we were with. So obviously, my dad's a Blues fan, as you know. But the people we were with were West Ham fans, Wolves, Forest. There was an Oxford fan with us as well. But they all thought that Peck was like the best player on the pitch. They thought it was just controlled the game. And it's like, he's good. And I like him, and a lot of Blues fans like him, but there's a bit of a misconception, or there's a lot of fans that don't really appreciate how good he actually is. I think sometimes a lot of the stuff he does just goes unnoticed.
I think that playing next to Solis has made a difference.
Helped a lot, absolutely, yeah.
You can do all of that dirty work and the physical presence, and it means that that Peck can be that controller of the midfield with the ball.
Yeah.
And there's that extra time and space, so I think it frees him up massively. And moving on to, I've got to play this because this was put out there before. I don't even know if the soundboard's going through, but we're gonna try it. This was requested in the chat. The central midfielder from Colombia. And if you get into a 50-50 fucking mania, Big John Solis. Ooh, yeah. Now, if that didn't work, then we've just had like 15 seconds or 20 seconds of silence. But so that one was sent to me by Luke, my mate Luke, not months ago, weeks ago, and he hadn't been to an away game to get the chance to sing it. Then Blues fans have obviously made another song about John Solis. John Solis. Jon Solis. Jon Solis, yeah. Big John. And that one took over. So we thought we had to share it because we've got to give it a chance of getting sang. So maybe on Saturday, who knows?
But he was very good, I thought, for probably about 80 minutes. He obviously tired towards the end there, but he thought he was very, very good. And there was times when I think he might have slowed the play down a little bit in the first half when I think we could have moved the ball a bit quicker. But I think I think that's more about him getting used to the pace of the English game, because we know that Spanish football can be a lot slower pace, a slower build up. But he was very, very good outside of that, I thought.
I'll tell you what else really impressed me about him, and I noticed this. I mean, 5 minutes after he'd come on against Sheffield Wednesday, I think we might have even spoke about it then, that even though he won the ball and then lost the ball, he was still quite happy or was still looking to get on the ball and be a part of play. He didn't shy away from it at all. And for a young player, that's a great quality for him to have, that he's still looking to be involved, even if he's not completing passes. So I thought he had a great game. I thought that, like I said to you after the Sheffield Wednesday game, that I would be playing him because I think that he's what we've been missing for a while. And I would have played him against Stoke, and I'd play him against Leicester on Saturday. I think that don't overplay him, but I know that we've got a big run of games coming up.
I think if he's fit enough now, to play back-to-back games next week, then why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I think I think you'll get the best of Pep as well. I certainly, even though Leicester aren't in great form, and we'll talk about that later, but I still think that they've still got a team of very good players, and you don't know. They haven't got a manager yet, have they? They're still
not that I've seen.
You don't know how they might respond. So I think I'd like a little bit more physicality in there anyway against Leicester. He was really good.
I just think for me, regardless of who you're up against, unless it's like Oxford at home earlier in the season, like I think that is what we've been missing. So I would sacrifice having two good ball players for one who's a competent ball player but has that physicality. So we'll see how much rotation he gets. But for me, I think he's been a great signing.
So I thought it's probably worth mentioning Osman as well. There was a few times in that first half when he was on our side of the pitch. So I don't know if you could see this, but he was making runs that weren't being picked out, and he I wouldn't say he was having a strop, but he was clearly getting frustrated because we weren't hitting him early, which I think was part of the plan. Because I think that even Davies mentioned that in the post-match presser. So there's a couple of times we went to him and it didn't quite work out, and then obviously he won the free kick that we ended up scoring from. But certainly in the second half, when he got into it, he almost felt unplayable at times. So
change your boots again, by the way.
Was it a change of boots? Was it?
The Stoke game changed his boots. Then again against Oxford.
Do you think that's a pitch/weather thing, or do you think that's a
superstition?
Superstition.
I think he's just
probably
got the wrong boots on.
we'll have to watch out for that the weekend. But I thought he was really, really good. Probably, I was going to say he could have done better with the chance he had in that second half. But I also think that Stansfield just should have had a fucking shot. I don't know why I don't know if that bothered me a little bit afterwards. At the time, I wasn't that fussed, but afterwards I thought, why didn't Stansfield just shoot then? Because you would have scored. I think he would have scored. Is it a confidence thing?
It looks like a confidence thing,
yeah.
Doesn't it? It's like you wouldn't put Jay Stansfield in that situation at St Andrews and have him squaring the ball. He's going for goal. But
I think Osman probably should have scored mine. But
it was great defending as well, though. To be fair, he did really well to get back and get.
But he's I think by the sounds of it that Damari could be back in against Leeds from from what's being said at the moment. But the next couple of games, if Osman starting, I'm more than happy to see him tearing down that side, because I thought he looks really, really dangerous. There will be moments where he'll lose the ball, or something won't break right for him. But I thought he was really, really good, and he's going to cause opposition defenders like absolute headaches. It's going to be good to watch.
I think we said last week that the unpredictability that is there because even he doesn't know what he's going to do with the ball, and you can see that.
The thing that impressed me was that he just has this like real turn of pace where it actually looks like he's put on the jets or something, and he just like absolutely just steams away from someone, but it looks completely effortless. And I didn't really see that against Stoke, but against Oxford it felt like really obvious. He just absolutely tore away.
Their fullback had a torrid time of it, though. I mean, so on that note as well, Wagner down that left hand side. For me, him and Solis were up there for man of the match, and it was flip a coin, and it could have been either of them. And he gave the fullback a torrid time as well.
Wagner's engine just up and down. Like I thought, he was just industrious. I thought it was really, really, really good. What are you going to say? You're going to say something, or you've thought of something, so go on.
No, you tickled me again because you said Wagner's engine just up and down. I went there in my head.
This is not a sex podcast, okay? It's not a sex education podcast.
Okay.
I mean, it could be, but it's not good.
I'll go and get the banana. I think that, I mean, how many goals he's been involved in since he's joined shows the attacking side of his game, and it's fantastic. The other side of his game, the defensive side of his game, has been not questionable, but at times
there's been a few moments where you've been like the Swansea game, and is
he going to be up to it? But he looks. I mean, again, it's Oxford, and don't want to take too much away from them, but from Wagner. But
it's also an Oxford that have won their last two games, or unbeaten the last few games under their manager, and we made them look pretty average for the most part. So it's always taking that into account. Yeah,
I think he looked really solid, and hopefully that's a sign of him settling in and things to come. Because if that's how he's going to perform in the Championship when he settles in, we've got a great signing. We've done a great bit of
to be honest, I
business.
think he looks settled pretty quickly. To be honest, in fact, the majority of them look settled pretty quickly. I thought even when Priska came on, he put himself about a bit more, had a bit more. This time around, had a bit more about him. Probably should have scored. Obviously, had a hand in the goal as well. Shielded the ball away from a couple of defenders, laid it on. So,
I think we need to talk about that second goal as well. Now that you've just touched on it, because we haven't given it. But it was probably one of the nicest team goals that I've seen us score in a long time.
If that Oxford fan was going to have a go at me, if anything, it should have been my celebration for that one.
I mean, it was just a lovely move, and that started defence. Wagner moving it forward, Dutch with a lovely little touch. And then the new man, is he going to... Priska first, with a lovely turn to take out two players he took away.
Hold them off and then sort of lay it off to Vicente, who, nice, sort of nice back heel.
Before the back heel as well, though, he managed to take players out of the game by his movement with that. So with how he did, and then created the space for Dutch to just run onto it and leather it. So, and lovely finish.
It was a really good finish. But
I mean, Dutch is one that I think, I don't know if we said this last week as well, that the quality that he's got is clear, but we're going to see it in little moments. It's not going to be performances of like where he's absolutely dominating games, and that's you mentioned the similarity to Dugarry when he first joined, and you're going to get exactly that. I think that you'll get.
He's a bit. I think from that point, he can be a bit of a luxury player, isn't it? But I think he's pretty central to a lot of our forward play, though. Like he links really, really well with players around him, and obviously the better the players you've got around him, the more effective he's probably going to be.
But if you can carry a player for 90 minutes and you've got the rest of the team that are attacking and they're doing their business, and you're carrying that player for those moments, then great. And Davis is clearly happy that we can do that, and he's happy to accept that you might not get the work rate from him defensively from the front, and you might not get the work rate attacking from him, but he's got moments in him.
Got the players around him to, even when we need to make substitutions, that we can still allow that, because we've now got a bit more squad depth, a bit more quality, a bit more physicality, a bit more pace around him. So what we've done this window has meant he will probably be effective for longer in games. And he's already got a fair few assists and a number of important goals for us. Like, his return for his first season in England is pretty good early doors from my point of view, and he missed obviously a few games through injury as well. So he's obviously he was rightfully ridiculed for the non-header, the ducking out the way, but he's bounced back.
Out the way.
Yeah, ducking out the way, but he's bounced back. And I think, as I say, with the better players around him, he just looks far more effective.
We did give him some stick, and people did give him some stick from that. But for me, that's more of a coaching thing. If you're setting up to defend set pieces, you know who's good at heading the ball, you know who's not. Don't fucking stick him on the near post. Put him somewhere else where he's not going to be.
I mean, he has got the height to play there. He should just. It's a straightforward job. But let's not. We won't dwell on it. We did this a couple of weeks ago.
We did. And I told you off, and I looked very angry at you on the teaser that went out.
It just needs to be. It's all. Because it's been addressed, and if we give us more moments like that from Saturday, and we'll complain less. There was a bit of a laggy glitch there, wasn't there?
There was.
But right. So
how did you know?
Anything else from Oxford that was? Because you did as well.
Oh. I don't. Nothing that really stood out. I think we've mentioned. Maybe the only other thing that I'd say, I thought Neumann was very well and played very well. He was very well. I thought he played very well, and I think that he looks like he's improving game on game. So
a couple of things that I noticed. So Neumann was the one I was going to bring up if you didn't, but he was timing his interceptions and headers away to almost to perfection. There's a number of them on Saturday where he just almost like read the pass into the attacker and intercepted or headed the ball away like pretty effectively almost every single time. That might have been his best game, I think, potentially.
Yeah.
So
I think he's been improving week after week. I think was it the Stoke game I said to you, I thought he had a good game.
I've been concerned about him early doors, and I wasn't sure he was acclimatising to the league, the pace of the league, the physicality of the league, which, given his size and pace, you just thought he would be ready-made for it. Wrong to think that, but he has, we're now however many games into season, he does look far more settled now. And I think, of course, that comes with playing more games alongside Claro as well, but I was quietly impressed with him on Saturday as well.
I'd still like to see him play on the left hand side, but at the moment,
me too. Yeah,
stick with it. What was the other thing that you'd got?
No, that was it. That was the one that but
okay.
Then you mentioned it, so I was just sort of reiterating your point and adding to it.
So, transfers.
We'll talk about the latest edition, I guess, first and foremost. So,
Jonathan Panzer. Yeah.
So we've mentioned him before in the past, and thought I think we were close potentially signing at one point a few years back
when he went to Cardiff.
Cardiff, yeah. Because I quite liked him when he was younger. Don't start, Chris. Obviously, he had a bit of a hit and miss period at Coventry, and then he never really played at Cardiff. the Coventry fans are strange. Not Coventry fans are strange, but the
You can say
conversations
that again.
I've had with them have been very, very mixed. So some people liked him. Some people said that he had potential, but he just had an absolute clanger in him. And I think a lot of them said he just made mistakes. And then in the end, he ended up losing his place to Callum Doyle, who's another one that I've really fancied us going after at one point. Obviously, he's gone to Wrexham. But he seems to have done much better when he's played abroad. So France, Belgium, Portugal more recently. So this is really an opportunity for him to make his mark in the Championship again, assuming he gets game time. But I think from obviously we wanted a left footer. He's quick. He's technically very good. He can bring the ball out of defence. He will play the way that Chris Davies probably wants his centre backs to play. So from that point of view, pretty pleased about it. I understand the 6-month thing. Don't want to take too much of a risk. He has had injury problems in the past. Let's see how he gets on. But yeah, I think as far as we knew we weren't going to make a splashy move, a centre back, and I think this is quite a smart move because it'll be pretty team friendly in terms of the finances.
I think with the skills, Dave. I think with the
Just before you trash talk me again, text message, WhatsApp message from Chris. Put Matthew on solo. Chris starts talking. So
no, I said next time that he starts talking. Anyway,
do you want to go solo now, Chris? You about to start talking?
Go on then. Not me on solo. Him on solo.
I'm going to sit here quietly now.
So, what are you doing? Give the man a button. I think we were never, like you say, we were never going to make that big splash out signing on a centre back. We've done the big business that we were going to do for this transfer window. The only thing that was there was a potential backup signing. No, we're not going to get someone to come in better than Neumann or Clara in this window. I think the options of looking for,
not with what we were willing to spend in the area, I think is probably
we
can always buy better.
Okay, we could have gone out and gone side Diaz or someone from Man City, but we're not willing to spend that money. We can't spend that money, and probably couldn't attract him. We were looking to get a backup player in if we could. We've done plenty of business around the rest of the team. We've bought some great attacking options. We've bought great future players with potential. It was, could we get a deal done? Now the talk was, can we bring someone in on loan, maybe a younger player or an older player that we can get in from the Prem that can come in. They obviously didn't work out. I think we didn't want to panic. We didn't want to just go and sign anyone, and that was what we'd heard last week, was that we're still looking, but we're not going to panic about it. We've got Lee Buchanan coming back. We've got the 2 centre-backs that we've got there. We've got Robinson to come back in there. Essentially, there's going to be 4 players that can play there. And then if you really at a loss on it, you've got Iwata, or you had Iwata, that could potentially play there because he's played everywhere else. So it was a look at the signing that we've made. Anyone who's critical about it, it's exactly what it is. It's a backup signing, and if he can come in and he can improve himself and stake a claim to become one of those starting centre backs, then there's potentially a deal to be done. But it's low risk, job done. I think it's a really clever sign.
Yeah, given what we'd already spent in the window, who had brought in the sorts of wages we're spending on 1 or 2 of them, the outlay, there probably wasn't loads of room for manoeuvre, which is why initially we were probably looking at a loan. But yeah, team friendly deal, very low risk. If it works out, then there's an opportunity there for us we're going to have the best chance of signing him if anyone's going to in the summer, if he does well for us. So, yeah, pretty pleased with it, to be honest. I think, as I say, I've always been quite a fan of his anyway. Obviously, over the years, he's had a reoccurring knee injury, which I assume is a bit of a concern in the backs of people's heads. So Yeah, let's see. I mean, I'd like to see him get some game time somewhere down the line. But while Clara and Neumann are playing well together and not conceding goals like they haven't done in the last couple of games, albeit against the bottom two teams in the league, there's no reason to make any changes there. You might see some against Leeds potentially, but every time we've played bigger teams or better teams in the Premier League in the Cup, we've always put out a pretty strong team. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens there.
I mean, last two away games we conceded against Stoke.
The last, oh yeah, sorry, last two away games. Sorry, yeah. For some reason, I had in my head that it was. Yeah, sorry, apologies.
I mean,
yeah.
essentially, we scored it. So an opposition team hasn't scored a goal in the last three. So there you go.
Yeah.
So do you want to do go through a little roundup of everything, or do you want to?
Well, let's just say as far as the window goes from incomings, they've addressed pretty much every area that needed addressed. Should have been addressed. They've spent money there. They've added physicality. They've added pace. It's a pretty good window. It's a really good window. Now, we've heard people say this sort of stuff before, but I think from judging it on paper, it might look very different in 3 months' time. But judging it on paper at the moment, and based on some of the cameo performances we've seen from the players, it's a good window. We've made Patrick Roberts permanent as well, which for me was important because I think he's really important. Do you know, as well, he signed that permanent deal after Vicente had come in, £8 million or whatever it was, and then however much money he's earning per week. Roberts could quite easily have said, "Nah, you're all right, mate. I'll see this season out, and then I'll go on a free in this summer and see what money I can make elsewhere." But he didn't. He stuck around. Obviously, doesn't mind the competition. Knows they could probably play alongside him, not just one or the other.
Yep.
I think that's important. I don't think many people have sort of really looked at that, because if it happened beforehand and Vicente had come in and people are like, oh, what about Roberts, etc. But I think it's a big deal.
It dragged on for a while, didn't it? And then you maybe think when he did come in, well, is that the plug pulled on that, and that they're not going to do it? Or so that's the other thing you're saying about Roberts agreeing to the deal himself. And yes, I totally agree, but also that we've gone, well, we still want you. We still want you to come and play a part of what we're doing, because we see you as a useful alternative option. So it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we see you as a useful alternative option. Say we see you as an important option. Yeah,
it's but okay. So even Vicente, he's an alternative to what Roberts can do. They're an alternative to each other. They're different types of players.
We spoke about it last week. It adds variety to our attack. So there'll be games where Vicente
alternative options.
It adds a variety. So there'll be games that are more suited for Vicente to play in, and vice versa. There'll be games where actually playing them together probably makes more sense. There'll be games where Dooch probably might need a rest, and you can play Patrick in the 10 or whatever. So
what did you think of the you don't know why you called him Patrick?
Patrick, no, yeah.
What did you think of the Postman Pat announcement? Did you get it?
Yeah, obviously I got it. Yeah, if it's not, you'd have to be silly not to have really understood it. But I didn't mind it. Like, I've seen worse. Blues have done fairly low key announcements during the summer and recently. Like, I quite liked it. It was fine.
I'm just disappointed that we don't put people on bus routes anymore.
They were the days. Moa Ramos, wasn't it?
We're not down at Wast Hills anymore, though, with the first team. So maybe, I don't know, is there any buses that go through Henley? Probably not. They're probably too posh for a bus route, aren't they?
Probably.
If you live in Henley, let us know. Have you got a bus route? Are there any buses in Henley? There you go.
But yeah,
Okay,
overall,
on the
oh, sorry, go on.
subject of just coming on to some of the comments that have come in on this, on the subject of people coming in, one of the comments from Twix, someone or other. Let me bring this on now. 10 out of 10 window, more so in terms of who have managed to offload. I mean, do you want to come on to that, or do you want to finish talking about?
I mean,
those
that's
that
where I
come
was
in?
going next, to be
Yeah.
fair. So yeah,
Before we do, I do want to sort of touch on this comment and more. So finish reading it, Dave.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 window, more so for who we've managed to offload. Let's hope this new batch can do something decent.
Totally agree. The 10 out of 10 thing is something that has been. I've read it a few places online. People saying it's the best window that I can remember, the most complete window. But remember, this is all on paper, and the window in the summer, everyone got really excited about, and certain things didn't work out. Kyogo, that we were expecting to come in and score 30
still could
goals
come
for
good.
the season.
Let's not be hasty.
What's that? Sorry, it
Still could
happen.
come good.
Yeah,
Don't be hasty.
So you mean my top scorer bet might still come?
You never know.
Yeah.
You might want a heater before the end of the season. So.
But it's worth remembering that you can't judge a transfer window at the moment, or this transfer window at the moment, because you've got to let it play out. On paper, it looks great. Is it successful? We're not going to know for 6 months or
It's
whatever,
funny
or a few
'cause
months' time.
In the summer, like I think quite a lot of people got excited about the window. We had our moments about it. I think we only give it like 6.5 or 7 out of 10 by the time we got to the end of the window. That was probably too high, to be fair. But from the
Hindsight.
outside looking in, there was a lot of other clubs fans and that said they thought it was a really, really good window. Now, on the flip side, when I see people talking about this window, we see a lot of fans saying, "I've only heard of Patrick Robertson, he's shit," or "I only know 2 of those names." So what we see as being a really good window or a really positive window, from the outside, because a lot of fans don't know who some of these players are. They're like, who are these people? Like, they're not. How is that a good transfer window? It's quite the extreme and the contrast between the 2 windows and the view from us and opposition fans is I've found quite interesting.
Yeah, I think, like you said earlier, the fact that we've gone out and we've addressed the different parts of the team that we knew were weak, whereas before we haven't always done that. Like, how long was Cochrane there just expected to play 90 minutes every game? And
even with a broken ankle.
But it was one of them where it's
That's
like
what it
we
took.
haven't done anything, and yeah, we've gone and we've addressed it, and now at some point in the next few months we're going to have 3 decent quality left backs if they're still around.
And I think there's a Twixofen, I think, said there, like the amount of
Say
people.
say the name again.
Is it Twixofen? Twixofen? Twixofen. The number of players that we've got out, one way or another. So obviously, in the past, we've ended up loaning these players out to somewhere, and they'd be back in the summer. But this window, we've managed to come to agreements with a lot of them, release them from their contracts, and they've gone and joined another club. So there are players there that we got money for. So Dion Sanderson, obviously. Actually,
Do you want me to go through the list?
Is Dion Sanderson and Alphonse Samson the only players we actually got money for?
Handsome,
Oh no, Willemsen as well. Hansen was released.
Yeah. I'm just going through the list
Dion
now.
Sanderson we got money for, didn't we? So,
Chang, Farrell, Peacock Farrell, Tyler Roberts, Keshi Anderson. Cashin returned, Kumas returned. Yeah.
Anderson was released from his contract. Tyler Roberts was released from his contract, despite the fact he joined Manchester United. And you can tell he was released from his contract because they only signed 6-month contracts at these clubs.
Yep.
Willem Willemsen, obviously, Peacock Farrell, again was another one released from his contract. He only signed a 6-month contract with Blackpool. Chang, I imagine that was a nominal fee, but probably with a very high sell
Sell
on,
on.
something based on the fact that they probably still think he's got some potential there. Dykes, obviously, Hansen, the Sanderson money, and then obviously the loans were Tommy Fogarty, Mark Lennon, and Scott Wright. I was a little sad to see Scott Wright go. I thought it might happen, but for some reason, I was a little. I was just felt a little sad. I just thought
Why?
that little boy standing on the sideline at Swansea waiting to come on for 10 minutes.
And then
I don't know. I don't know why. Like, I don't ever feel like he was going to be a world beater. But I feel like we never got to see the best of Scott Wright. Now, obviously, he gave us the Wigan winner, and the scenes in at the end of that game. But the unfortunate injury, he never really played a lot. But I don't know. For some reason, I thought he might stick around until the end of the summer. But I can understand why he wasn't. And if he plays well up there in Dundee, Dundee's gone too, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, they might get a move up there.
Then he might get a permanent move up there anyway, which probably suits him anyway. But yeah, I think the outgoing business was quite impressive, despite the fact we didn't bring in a lot of money. It's the number of wages we've managed to get off the books and clear the squad out, so it's not bloated, not overinflated, and there's probably some financial jiggery pokery gone on there as well, ready for the summer.
What I was going to say there as well, I don't know if people have seen it, but Lamad on Twitter, at Lamad Football, made a post the other day, which is very interesting.
Follow probably, if you don't follow him already. I imagine most of you already do, but you should follow him because he's knowledgeable and very funny.
Humorous. So his tweet said, "There's talk the Championship may mirror the Prem and move to a squad cost ratio rule. It would therefore be very clever, in my opinion, to dump as many unwanted contracts as possible now to rid yourselves of any unwanted wage excess. It's therefore very interesting that nearly 10 have left BCFC permanently in January, mostly on mutual termination agreements. It's an expensive one-time hit, but it could be covered by a partial sale of an asset like the women's team. Would also be a good time to splurge and get those agent and signing on fees paid." So I think that's could potentially be a reason as to why we've had so much outgoing action and agreements and settlements, as well as anything else. I mean, for the players that are happy to take the hit on the contract and you can agree it, and so that they can move on and they can actually play, great.
Yeah.
Some of them have got decent contracts, so they'll have wanted to have seen them paid up. But
So squad's cost ratio, for those that aren't aware of it, is essentially just replacing the PSR, isn't it? So it's around the capping of spend in players' wages, and I think managers are involved in this one as well. But the percentage has changed. So I think ultimately it gives them a little bit more flexibility. But so if they are preparing for that, if they know it's coming, which by looking at what they've done and the stuff with the women's team, it would make sense to me that a clear out probably is the best thing for us going forward.
do you know what the other thing is? If nothing else, just clearing the decks a little bit. Like, if none of that is in mind, just clearing the decks is probably not a bad thing. Like, when you look at the last few years and every transfer window, it's like, still got Tyler Roberts. It's like, fucking hell, I completely forgot that we had Tyler Roberts. It's like you're just trying to find a move for him.
The other thing is, like, there is talk of players and the squads maybe not being that happy, or there's a bit of unrest in the squads over, like, I don't know, build up towards Christmas and over the Christmas period and New Year. Now, a lot of players have gone out now. A lot of players that were on the fringes that weren't playing, that were maybe upset. A lot of players were left out of those squads before they left. And now we've got a very, very freshened squad. It's a little bit smaller. It's less bloated. the performances are starting to pick up, and the vibe seems to be much better. And again, if we go back to the Patrick Roberts thing, if things behind the scenes were that bad, or there was unrest, I don't think he would have signed either anyway. So that's probably something to have a think about as well, or just to take note of, should I say? So, yeah, I think overall the business they've done has probably had a few beneficial factors. Not only made us stronger, but hopefully made there's hopefully a little bit more togetherness in the squad, a little bit with the vibe hopefully is a little bit more positive as well. So we can sort of build on that, ready for a good push at the end of this season, and then hopefully carry on to next season depending on what happens.
Yeah. Do you want a full list of the outgoings and incomings?
Yeah,
Or is
we
it not
sort
worth
of said it, but yeah, might as well.
So Tommy Fogarty on loan, Mark Leonard on loan, Scott Wright on loan, Menzi Mazwi on loan to Queen of the South, wasn't it? Dion Sanderson on permanent, Emil Hansen permanent released, Lyndon Dykes permanent released, Alphonse Samstead, Alfie Chang, Peacock Farrell, Willemson, Roberts, Anderson, Cashin, Kumas both left their loans. Their incoming were Wagner, Priska, Vicente, Roberts, Panzo, Solis, and Osman. So I think it's I'm not going to call it a 10 out of 10 window because, like I said before, I don't think that you can judge a transfer window until weeks, if not months into it, when you see how it settles down. But on paper, I think it looks like we've done a great job. And
initial signs look positive.
Yes.
So
some positivity, right, Dave?
Yes.
You sat there with your penguins behind you.
Absolutely.
Was there something that you wanted to say before we get on to Leicester?
Well, Chris, I think you and me have talked in the past about adding a quiz element into, or at least a question element into this. Matthew, I'm not sure we're going to drop this on you now without any knowledge, but
you're dropping
we
it
can
on
do
me
it now,
as well.
or
I don't know.
Or we
I
can.
don't know about
so it's nothing that you can have any difficulty with, but two-parter. So quick quiz based on the two shirts behind. One with the Awful Nicolites sponsor. One with the F&C Investments. Mm-hmm. What years are they? Quick. Oh. Nicolites.
I'll say Nicolites is 2014, 15.
Close, Chris.
It was or 15, 16.
15, 16?
No.
13, 14?
13, 14. And the F&C one.
So that one, so this 2013-14 one reminds me of
Lee
Novak.
I knew you were going to go Novak.
And then the
Seb Larson.
Yeah, or James McFadden, actually. 2008.
I mean, that's
9,
one
10.
of the correct years. No, wrong.
8, 9.
One off again.
8, 9.
7, 8.
7, 8 is it?
Okay, what 2008?
Yeah, you didn't say 7 though, did you?
2007, 2008 then.
All right, okay. So we'll come back at the end. Second part of this, top goal scorer in each season. Top goal scorer 13-14, top goal scorer 07-08. Don't cheat because you'll just
Lee Novak must have been the top scorer in.
I would have said Novak.
Yeah.
Correct. not in the league. I think overall league and cup. But yeah. And 7-8?
Gary O'Connor.
No.
I think
Forsell.
Yeah.
Good knowledge. Well, we'll have more penguin-related quizzes next week.
No, we won't. In fact, it's probably
the one carrying the American flag across the snow.
It's probably a good time for a little. And Dave, you messaged it the other day and said world class. No, I don't like going the world class route because that was.
I did preface that by saying I don't want to use it, but
that statement was made by a guy who's long gone and he's now, what is he? Whose agent is it? Robbie Williams.
Williams' agent. Yeah.
So he's long gone. That's Gary Cook, if anyone's wondering. But I think that the whole kit ordering thing needs a
send him to Cornea.
collectively, for the reasons of the way that the emails were sent out, the way that the queue system wasn't in place and then crashed and farted, and people were in mid paying for their shirts and then it crashed. And then the fact that you could order 4 shirts as well. Now, I'm going to hold my hands up. I ordered 3. I ordered 2 for 2 non-season ticket holders.
2 for you.
Yeah, no, I'm going to hold my hands up. There's 2 people that are non-season ticket holders that live abroad. One's my cousin. One's a podcast listener who lives in Iceland. So, Dalmar. I might as well name him. There's
And
only
the other
probably
one has gone on to eBay, so you may have seen them.
500 quid. Now, I haven't listed them for a profit or anything like that. I think that's completely out of order. But the opportunity was there to buy for
The
people.
exchange rate from Iceland was pretty poor, I heard. But
Yeah, wait until he gets the bill. $1 million. But no,
had nothing to do with me, Dalmar.
I've like Dalmar actually asked me before they went on sale. He was like, "Is there any chance that you could get one?" So I was asking around whether anyone wasn't going to use their reference to get him, so that I could get him a shirt. And then it was available. So I was like, happy days, I'll help him out. I'll help a fellow Blue Nose who otherwise wouldn't be able to get one.
Do you not think, however it happened, people were going to whinge?
No, maybe. 1 per season ticket holder, stick it in the queue. I think that there's just get it sorted. My other situation was my cousin in Ireland, and he sort of showed an interest in one. And then I ordered him one.
And you gave it to someone in Ireland, and you gave it to someone in Iceland, by the sounds of things.
No. So there was 2, Dave. there were 2 that I got from other people.
We can't keep track of how many you've ordered. That's
I know. I've just check eBay. But my cousin actually turned around. So one of my mates, who's a season ticket holder, didn't manage to get one. So my cousin said, "Oh, well, he can have mine." So it's only 1 that's gone to a non-season ticket holder, but 4 per season ticket holder was absolutely nuts. First. Secondly, you didn't need to be a season ticket holder as long as you had that link. And that link was probably shared around by people. There was no verification done when you logged in. There was no client reference number used. You didn't need to use the email address that was tied to the thing. I just think the whole thing was just done quite badly, and it's quite disappointing. Like, that's as someone who got one and got some for others, and there are people who missed out, and I don't think it's very fair. But ultimately, is there part of it where they've gone, well, we've absolutely fucking smashed the sales, and we'll stick some more out there now, and we'll get some more, and we'll make some more sales, maybe. And
they'll continue to do multiple batches, I think. And despite the fact that it's supposed to be limited edition, I think they will make.
They've said that they're bringing that they're getting some more out after the World Cup, and there's a few coming out in the next few weeks. But yeah, I don't think that it was handled great, but ultimately they're going to have the revenue and they're going to be laughing. So it's disappointing for people that haven't got them, and I hope that everyone who does want one does manage to get one. But don't pay fucking shark prices, because that's to be buying a shirt and then listing it on eBay for 500 quid before you've even received it. Like, you're in the same bracket as people nicking scarves off people's chairs.
See, I even wonder if they're actually real people, or whether that's just a lot of bot created kind of listings. You know, they know they haven't got it, they'll try and source it, and if not, they'll just cancel it. I just wonder whether how much of that is just complete automatic fake rather than real people behind it.
I think you're putting too much faith in humanity there, mate. And I think there are people who will quite happily, quite happily do it because they can, and make a few quid.
Or you can look next week to see if you can buy mine and my trainers at the same time.
You're going to be hanging it up to the others behind you, next to the others. A trio of penguin shirts. And if anyone's got the pony one,
97. What did you say off camera? Was it 97, 98 or something?
Yeah, I think I said 96, and you
Yeah.
then you.
If anyone
looked
does
it
have
up,
that
it was
pony
96.
one, I will buy it off you for a fair
Pound.
price. Pound. Yeah, well, for a pound or a fair price, whichever's lower. Yeah,
Right, is that your quiz done?
yeah.
Have either of you got anything to say on the penguin? I know, Chewy, you weren't asked. I don't even like the penguin kit, but I really like this version
You
of it.
don't
I
like
think I like
penguins.
this.
You don't like cats.
Ah, I'm just a cunt, aren't I? No,
Don't like animals. Don't like other people.
So I do have the auto windscreens pony one. That was Trevor France, wasn't it? Because I think I've got Gary Breen number 5 on the back of it still.
We can hang that up next week then, can't we?
I'll flip that. Yes, should still have that.
will you sell it today for £1?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll put it on eBay. See what I can get for it.
Cheers, mate.
I've just got a drawer full of. I probably could do what you do actually, Dave, and just because I don't throw them away. I still have loads.
If they're all in a drawer together, the sponsors will all have stuck to each other. The Fly BE ones, the Fly BE ones are dreadful.
Fly BE.
Flyby.
Flyby.
Fly BE.
Or whatever the fuck it was.
Fly BE. Full stop.
Got just loads. Just
It's not fly.be?
loads of little shirts in a drawer.
Wow.
I call it Flyby. Anyway, Leicester.
Yeah, let's talk about Leicester. Oh, also, before we do talk about Leicester, there's a comment just come in from Nez who said, I'm behind, but the X20 goes through Henley. So they do have a bus in Henley.
There you go.
Happy days. Thank you. Fly BE. On to Leicester.
Have we got somebody from
We've
Leicester?
got a guest, and he's got a 3-letter name. But
But you've written it down and you know what it is.
Haven't written it down.
But if you've remembered it.
I think it's Lee. No, it's not Lee. No, it's Tom from Blue
Leicester.
Tinted Glasses, I think it's called.
Oh wow, the blog I used to do for Blues was Blue Tinted Specs.
Well, they've gone
Some time ago.
glasses. Are we gonna? Yeah, go on, Dave, play it.
Okay.
Hi, Tom for Blue Tinted Glasses here. My thoughts on the season so far, I mean, generally disappointment. I generally thought we'd come down. I didn't think we'd automatically go back up, but I thought we had a squad of players still capable of being within the top 6. Like I said, for me, I think automatically there was teams who were way better than us. I thought Southampton would be further up the league in front of this year. Ipswich, definitely where they thought they'd be. But yeah, generally disappointed. At the moment, we don't know what's going to happen with our season, where we're going to end up, and I'm disappointed with what the players have offered. I felt the players have let the fans down quite a few times this season. I think they let the previous manager down in Martin Cifuentes as well. With the performances they put in, what ultimately cost him his job. So yeah, very disappointed to a season where really we should have been fighting him for at least a playoff position. Hopes and expectation for the rest of the season. I mean, for me now, it's all about staying in the Championship. I mean, I think anyone would be mad not to think Leicester could get relegated this season. The biggest thing is we don't know what this points deduction could be. I mean, if at the moment we were to get a 9-point deduction, that would put us in the relegation places, basically in line with Blackburn, 4th or 3rd from bottom, depending on how they get on tonight. There's numerous teams around have still got a game in hand, and if they win their games in hand, they leapfrog us automatically before this point deduction. We are, for me, and I think you ask any Leicester fans, we are in a serious relegation scrap, and the players' mentality have got to improve, because at the moment, I really do fear that we could get relegated to League One this season. So, for me, anything but staying in this league is a big plus. So for me, just staying up this season has to happen. Where do Birmingham need to look out for with Leicester? Well, look, as you can see, our season hasn't been that good, and the performances by some of the bigger players really been below par. To manage that with the injury list we've got at the moment and continue with some big names still out, it's not going to be an easy game for Leicester today, on Saturday. For me, I think you know my 2 danger men for Leicester, and they're the 2 boys who caused you problems last time we came to St Andrews, and that's Mavadidi and Abdul Fatawu. both on the day can win you games of football by a piece of brilliance. We haven't seen enough of them this season, but for me, they are our danger men, and those are the two threats at the moment, what will cause you problems. If you'd asked me 3 or 4 weeks ago, then I would have said your ex-Blues player, Jordan James, who's been by far been our player of the season, but sadly, he's out injured for the next 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. So, yeah, Abdul and Mavadidia, for me, are the two threats going into the game of the weekend for Leicester if they're going to try and win this football match. My thoughts on where Birmingham could be dangerous against Leicester. I mean, Birmingham need to watch Leicester and realise that we are weak at the back at the moment. And if you can get at our fullbacks, Luke Thomas and Ricardo Pereira, you can have a field day, because at the moment we just don't seem to be able to defend anything that comes down any of the channels. For me, obviously, Stanfield is a standout player for you guys. Yes, he hasn't bagged as many goals as I thought he would in this division coming back up, but we all know he only needs one moment of brilliance and he can make it happen. Obviously, a new signing, Doshar, I think it is, the striker who's come in, looks really, really tasty up front as well. Big unit, looks like he bustles around the park. And obviously, you've got that experience in Patrick Roberts, who again, if he wants to run at Thomas, he'll have a field day, because Luke Thomas at the moment can't defend. So Birmingham, really, if they want to win this game, has got to get the ball wide and get it down and get into our box. We saw against Charlton a team that hustle and bustle and bullied us off the park. And if Birmingham really do play that kind of way and bully teams off the park, then they could have a field day at the weekend, because we are a depleted team. You've got numerous threats, especially Ho in the middle of the park. He looks a tidy midfielder, passing ability, shooting ability as well. I fear for what the scoreline could be at the weekend if the performances what we've had in the past few weeks happen again. Birmingham have got a lot of threats on the park, and like I say, for me, I'd probably say at the moment that Stanfield does stand out for me, one of your best players on his day, and if you give him a chance, he will score those goals for me against us. Yeah, obviously, prediction for the weekend, my heart said Leicester to win, nick it 2-1. My head said it could be a long Saturday afternoon watching Leicester getting another beating. I really hope that we can get something from the game. I'm going to say 1-1 draw, but it could be a long afternoon. I just hope the recruitment Leicester have brought in the Lascelles and Raribo, that bit of experience into the team, what we're desperately crying out for, can really help us along the way at the weekend. Obviously, we're going to have a couple of days to train, but yeah, I'm going to say a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw's optimistic after you've just completely shit it through the whole.
Well, I'm expecting a field day.
I'm expecting a field day. 1-1. I mean, very optimistic. Tom, thank you for sending that in to us, mate.
Thanks.
It's really appreciated. I mean, they got against Charlton, they had a defender sent off, Coley. So another hamper to their defence. I mean, I love the fact that he was talking about if you want to attack wide and go like the fullbacks, you'll have a field day, because that's like at the moment.
Given, if it's going to
queuing
be
up behind them.
Yeah, Roberts and Osman, then even Vicente really causing problems. So I don't like when they come on and do this, because it gives me a false sense of like positivity and security about stuff. But I go into this game feeling fairly confident anyway.
I had more confidence when, and it's a shame for him, but when Jordan James got injured the other week, and he mentioned in that clip, the first thing that I did was like, we've got Leicester soon, haven't we? Check the fixtures. I was like, yes. And it's like, you don't want any player, well, there are some, but you don't really want players to get injured. And like, JJ's had a great season there, and good for him. But it was like, one eye on our game. It was like, okay, take it up.
I think they're on a bad run. Obviously, like manager's been sacked. They're on the lookout for another. I saw like Gary Rowett and Chris Coleman both being listed as potential favourites for that job. I don't know if that's changed. Or...
I saw Rowett as well. That was Saturday, I think.
So obviously ex-player, but I think given their predicament, I forgot about the point deduction as well.
Deduction.
It seems quite late on for them to start doing that.
The thing is, at the moment, so they've got the hearing, they've had the hearing, and they've got I was reading about it the other day. Essentially, they can turn around to them and say, "You've got your points deduction now. This is your punishment. This is what it is." And it could be any day that they've come to the. I can't remember when it was, but it's all gone through. Then what they can do is they can appeal it, which would essentially either be rushed through or it'll go through to next season. So they're in that situation where it is actually hanging over them at the moment, and it could happen this season, it could happen next season. You'd imagine that if they appeal it, it will roll over to next season.
Carry on, yeah.
But the fact is, they're not a million miles away from it at the moment. Look at where West Brom were a few weeks ago, and now they're down in the relegation zone. So it's the Championship. It's one of them. Like, you remember West Brom being just outside the playoffs. Literally, it seems like it was just a couple of weeks ago, and now they're down 22nd. It's mad. So even without a points deduction, they could be down in it.
So what we thinking?
Before we go on to predictions, or before we talk about it too much, Dave, have you got that comment lined up? Because we've got a question there.
This is the one. Who would you prefer to go down, Baggies or Leicester?
From Stephen Hawkins, Football Boots 69 again. What a name!
It's a fantastic. I honestly don't care. I don't think I have a preference really.
I think it's Baggies for me. I think like years ago, it wouldn't have been, but I feel like there was an element of arrogance, probably misplaced arrogance, that Albion seemed to have built up over the last few years. So it'll be.
Yeah, I don't really feel anything for either of them, to be honest.
It's Leicester for me, because there was that period where they obviously won the Prem and then found that dead king, and for a second they thought the entire world evolved around Leicester, which it didn't. So, no, fuck it, big one.
There you go. So one on the fence, one for Leicester and one for West Brom. Even split.
Also for making it hard to leave my house on a Saturday, because I used to live on Filbert Street.
I mean, that's your fault.
I mean, yes.
So before we have predictions, would you make any changes to the team on Saturday, or would you roll out the same start 11? They've had a week, no midweek game.
No, I think unless you've got one eye on Monday. Sorry, Tuesday night. Tuesday. I'm thinking of Wednesday on a Tuesday on Monday and getting confused again. Yeah, Tuesday night. If you've got one eye on that game, then maybe you do think about it. But for me, I think that the performance that we put in, I'd go exactly the same again. I'd go unchanged.
Yeah.
Is the Iwata injury? Have they said anything about it?
No, I guess that'll be tomorrow. I guess we'll find out about that tomorrow. So because
it's going to be Samuel, isn't it, to come in regardless? I think it's.
I would have thought so, and I don't think it will make a huge difference to the way we play anyway.
I think if anything, it might offer us a little bit more. As good earlier in the season as Iwata was playing that role, and when he was getting into the number 10 position and a striker position and whatnot, and it was great. I think that sort of not experiment even, but that little ploy has maybe run its course a bit, and just hopefully get Bright Samuel back in there and continue the form that he had at the African nations.
So I would consider whether or not Iwata is fit or not. I think the only change I'd potentially make would be Vicente on the wing, only because I know how dangerous their wide players are and how quick they are, and we know that Vicente is probably a little bit more. I'm not saying Patrick Roberts doesn't track back, because he does, and we've seen him do it. In fact, we've seen it doing very, very well in some games, but I think there's a little bit more industry to the way Vicente plays, and it might just suit him a little bit more. But ultimately, I don't I think they'll both cause them. Both players will cause them problems anyway. So
If you
it's
do
nice
make
to have
that
those
change,
options, isn't
yeah.
it?
If you do make that change, though, what are you just doing a straight swap?
Straight swap, yeah. Because I don't. The the only other one I'd potentially consider, is maybe dropping Stansfield.
There's no explanation. Just no. It just. I was waiting for you to roll into why, and you just.
I think for anyone that's watched us recently, he's probably become one of our least effective forward players, and I feel harsh saying that. And I'm not picking on him, because on his day he can be fantastic, but he's hit a bit of a patch of just doesn't quite look himself, and you get to a point it's like, well, do you bring him out the firing line for a bit, or do you just keep him in there? Hopefully we'll get a goal, maybe we get a penalty. We don't feel like I haven't had a fucking penalty for about a year, and even then, if we got a penalty, I'd be worried about him taking it.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look the same player he was maybe a few months back. It's just some, and there's a little bit of petulance about him as well on Saturday. Like,
That's always there, though.
yeah, but I could see. I said to my dad that he's going to get himself booked or sent off, and he got booked. And then within about a minute, Chris Davis had taken him off and brought Prisker on. I thought, and part of me was like, he wouldn't have been brought off if he hadn't been booked. I think Chris Davis could see that there was a little bit of just, and some of it's probably frustration as well, that things aren't going his way, such. But I mean, as I said, that at a push, that'd be the only other change I'd make. But I'd be quite happy to see him start again on Saturday. He needs a goal, and that's why I've kept predicting him to score, because I'm trying to will it into existence. But maybe I'm making it worse, so I might not do it this week.
Right, let's find out, shall we? Go on then.
I'm not going first, so someone else can go first.
Dave. It's been nice and short and sweet.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Stansfield then.
You can't change now. It's just it's just won your maximum points, apart from the Kyogo bonus point.
That's just when Kyogo is going to come on and score a hat trick. No, 1-0 Stansfield.
Have you got the table, by the way?
Would you like to see the table?
Yeah.
We can bring the table in.
Still need to go back and add all these other ones on.
No, we're not going back through them.
We absolutely do need to do that,
look,
Chris.
You're running away with it anyway. If I'm pretty sure that if we went back through them, I would be top anyway. So
absolute bullshit. You missed a streak of games where I had like back-to-back predictions in about 3 games.
Well, but we didn't
on.
podcast during that time, so we're not having them.
I love how he just moves the fucking goalposts.
Goalposts every week.
I'm not moving them. We can't go back and say, "Oh yeah, well we sent."
What's your
messages for
prediction?
some of
What's
them
your
and some
prediction
we
so we
didn't."
can go to bed?
I'm gonna go
Separately.
Yes.
It's a good job we're remote. We're actually just in the next room. I think we owe them one, don't we? I think think back.
It's been a long time since we've beaten them, I feel like.
Yeah, it feels like a little while. And do you remember Mavididididididi with his celebrate?
Yes.
Was his celebration?
And he sat on there.
Yeah, prick. Yeah, we owe him one. So we've then been out of form and up against it. 0-0. No. 3-1 Blues. And do you know what I'm going to go? A big Jan Solis thunder bastard from 30
Hopefully from
yards.
about 5 yards. From about
30
5 yards.
yards. Everyone's going, no, don't shoot. What? Okay, shoot. Okay. Bang. Rocket. That's mine.
I'm going to go 2-1. I still think they can cause us problems, despite the fact they're not They're not in form. I've got 2-1, and I am going to go with. Do you know what? Based on what he's saying about their fullbacks, I fancy it's either going to be Osman or Roberts, and I'm gonna go Osman.
I think
I feel like Roberts is a safer bet, but I want to go. I want to go with Osman.
Now that you've said that, I would, if I could.
Can't change.
I'm not going to change my mind. I'm just saying. I probably would, but you know what?
That's
I'm gonna go with Solis. Yeah,
2-1 Osman.
3-1 Solis, and Dave 1-0 Stunner.
1-0. That's fair. Yep.
Okay. Right. Thank you everyone for listening. I think we're done, aren't we?
We are done.
We're
Yeah.
done. Thank you everyone for listening, watching. Thank you for all the love. Thank you to everyone who's donated to the head and beard shave of me and my missus. I'm shaving my head, she's shaving her beard. If you haven't already, the things on my socials, if you can donate, great. Thank you very much. And I'll be a bald chin at Leeds at home, which will be very cold. Thank you again to everyone for listening. Until next time, enjoy the game. Oh, we've got fucking the Tuesday night game as well.
Yeah, we don't need to
We'll do the
tweet.
predictions then.
Yeah.
Okay. Until next time, thanks for listening. Enjoy the game on Saturday. Enjoy the game on Monday. Keep right on.
Or Tuesday. Keep right on.
Tuesday.
Keep right on.
Outro.